Hey guys, how are you? So good to see you guys. Today, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna read a book together. Yeah, we're gonna read Aloud. This is a book we enjoy too. I think we only read, I'm trying to think, I think we only read it twice during the year. But it's one of my favorite books. And I think it's one of our favorite books as a class. So let's read it together. Let's check it out. Here we go. It is called I Need My Monster. Ooh, do you guys remember this one? The author of this book is Amanda Knoll, and the illustrator is Howard McWilliam. So Amanda wrote the words, Howard drew the pictures. So check that out. Where's he looking, you guys? He's looking under his bed. I need my monster. Let's do it. Let's check out the back cover too, because that's the front cover. Here's the back cover. Ooh, there's just some words here. Let's see what it says. I Need My Monster is a must-read for any discerning monster lover. A perfect bedtime companion. I'm keeping one copy on the nightstand and one under the bed. That was another person who liked that the book. There's a monster on the back cover. What's that part of the book, you guys? The spine. I don't remember. Do you guys remember if there's a title page in I Need My Monster? There is. Look at that. Title page. I Need My Monster. What do you think about a dedication page? I don't remember that either. Let's see. Any dedications over here? No dedication page on this one. All right. Let's try it out. Here we go. Here's our little friend. Tonight, when I looked under the bed for my monster, I found this note instead. Gone fishing, back in a week, Gabe. Oh, no. What was I going to do? I needed a monster under my bed. How was I supposed to go to sleep if my monster was gone? Oh, no. What's he going to do? I tried to sleep, but it wasn't the same without Gabe. I missed his ragged breathing, his nose whistling, the scrabbling of his uncut claws. How would I ever get to sleep without Gabe's familiar scary noises and his spooky green ooze? It was no use. Gabe would be gone for a week, and I just had to have my monster. I climbed quietly out of bed so my parents wouldn't hear me. Grown-ups have some strange ideas about monsters under beds. I knocked on the floorboards, then scrambled back under my covers. I waited nervously. Would a new monster appear? What would it be like? Would his snorting be as cheerful as Gabe's? Let's find out. Finally, I heard some creaking under my bed. I knew that the substitute monster had arrived. Good evening, said a low, breathy voice. My name is Herbert, and I will be your monster for the evening. Herbert? What kind of name is that for a monster? You don't sound scary at all. Have you ever even scared a kid before? Well, no, but I've read all the best books on the topic. Do you have long teeth and scratchy claws, I asked. No, but I have an overbite, and I'm a mouth breather. Listen. Herbert's panting was kind of scary, but it just wasn't enough for me. Listen, Herbert, I'm sorry. I just don't think this is going to work. It's nothing personal, but I really need a monster with claws. I don't think Herbert has any claws, you guys. Picky, said Herbert. As you wish. I'll go. There was some more creaking, and then Herbert was gone. Some scratching warned me that a second monster had appeared. Good evening, he said in a high, silky voice. My name is Ralph. I understand you need a monster with claws. If you would please lean over, I will hold out an arm for inspection. I crouched on the edge of the bed, hoping to see a horrible shaggy arm with sharp, ragged nails. Oh no, what's he gonna see, you guys? What's he gonna see? Make a prediction in your minds. Ooh. Instead, I was surprised to see sleek, brushed fur with smooth, shiny claws. Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, I asked, but is that nail polish on your claws? Yes, it is, Ralph replied. I believe professional monsters should always be well groomed. Well, I could tell this was not going to work either. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Ralph, but I need a monster with scary claws. Like Gabe's, I thought. I heard some more scratching, and I knew Ralph. Ralph was gone. Man, bye, Ralph. See you later. A minute later, a third voice came out of the bed and rasped, "Check out these claws, kid." I gathered my courage and peered over the edge. Ooh. The claws were impressive, jagged, dark, and razor sharp. So far, so good. I was a little nervous. Could you stick out your tail? I whispered. Sure, but don't get scared. I peeked through my fingers at the slimy tail slithering over the foot of my bed. That's when I noticed the bow. Are you a girl monster? Of course I am, she snapped. I'm Cynthia. Do you have a problem with that? Yeah, I do. I admitted, I definitely need a boy monster. Boy monsters are for boys, and girl monsters are for girls. Everybody knows that. Well, aren't you a picky one? She sniffed, and then she was gone. Goodbye, Cynthia. Was I being too picky? No. I knew that my monster needed to be well-clawed and menacing. The whole point of having a monster, after all, was to keep me in bed, imagining all the scary stuff that could happen if I got out. Ooh, look at that, you guys. What kind of monster does that look like? Looks to me like a glow-in-the-dark monster, or an electric monster. Then, I heard a shuffling voice and some slobbering. A fourth monster was under my bed. Hey, my name's Mac. One look at his claws proved that Mac was a big, scruffy boy monster. Look at those claws. I shivered. Maybe this one would work out. Those are excellent claws. But do you have a long tail? I leaned over to see. No, my tail is stumpy, Mac slurped. But I do have an unusually long tongue. Ooh. Why would I be afraid of a long tongue, he asked. I don't know, he said, trying to sound terrifying. You know when I might lick you? I fell back on the bed laughing. Look at that tongue, you guys. Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're not even going to try to work with me, Mac whined. I held in my giggles. I really don't think you should send me away, he warned. Kids who reject 5 monsters in one night. I did not reject 5 monsters tonight. I interrupted. My regular monster went fishing. Fishing, eh? Maybe he just left because you're so picky. Fine, I'm out of here. But I wouldn't expect another monster tonight if I were you. How was I ever going to sleep without my monster? What was I going to do? Oh, no. When I went back to bed, I was surprised to hear more creaking under the bed. Loud creaking with scratching. I thought no more monsters were going to appear tonight, I said. Sorry I'm late, kid. Whew, it was Gabe. I thought I would enjoy fishing, but I didn't, he explained. Those fish scare too easily. No challenge at all. You, however, are challenging, my friend. You're almost too old to be afraid of monsters. You keep me on my toes. Ah, toes. A delicious snack. The bed quivered as Gabe's stomach rumbled with hunger. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to start the evening with an ominous puddle of drool. I peeked over the bed. Green ooze spread soundlessly from underneath. Oh my goodness. Look at that tail. Then the bed trembled as Gabe unfurled his spiked tail. He was daring me to guess where he might pop up. I shivered. Gabe is back. Gabe is back. So, you had some substitute monsters tonight, Gabe said, sharpening his claws on my bedpost. Were you scared? Then Gabe started tapping. I could tell he wanted to know if I still needed him. No other monster can scare me like you, I giggled, diving under my covers and pulling them up tight. Through the blanket, I heard Gabe's soft, comforting snorts. Ha! I knew it. We're made for each other, he growled. Look at old Gabe. Is he wearing a hat? Look at that hat he's wearing, you guys. What's in his mouth? Oh my goodness. Gabe likes to eat fish? When my blanket started to slip off the bed, I knew Gabe was ready to eat. Now, if you could please stick out your foot, he said. I'd like to nibble your pinky. I yanked my blanket back up and scrunched my feet in so Gabe couldn't get them. No toes tonight, but you can have this, I offered, pushing a pillow off the bed. I didn't even hear it hit the floor. Oh my, look at that pillow. What happened to it? What happened to the pillow? Gabe was back. The ooze was perfect. Everything was back to normal. I shivered again. I'd be asleep in no time. Look at that ooze, you guys. Ooh, look at the claws. There's Gabe. It's hard to see. Trying to block some of the glare there. Ooh, there's his tail. What do we say at the end? All right, you guys. That is one of my favorite books to read. Do you guys know why I like reading that book? I get to make all those silly voices. Sometimes I make them the same. Sometimes there's different. But that's a fun book. I wonder, what would you like in a monster? Like Gabe, he needed the ooze. He wanted someone with a grovelly voice. He wanted someone with a long, spiky tail. What would your monster be like? Would your monster, what color would they be? What would they sound like? Ooh, that would be cool. Let's write a journal about our monster. What would it look like? What would your monster be like? And then maybe you can make some sound effects to your mom or talk about, or your dad or your mama's or your caregiver about what you think your monster would sound like. What would your monster sound like? It sounds like a monster in this story is a friend, don't you guys think? I think so. I think Gabe is a friend to the little boy. All right. Well, let's write a journal about it. I can't wait to see them. I want to see what your monsters look like, you guys. What does your monsters look like? Do you think that only boys could have boy monsters and only girls could have girl monsters? That's what he thought. But I don't know. I think it could be different if that's what you thought too. It's up to you. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed our read aloud. All right. I miss you guys a lot and enjoy the story. Talk to you guys later. Bye.